If you don't have that safety net for them underneath the academics that you're providing, somebody needs to notice that Tanisha has not showed up to school for 3 days, even though she's a good student and she's motivated. Somebody needs to know that. Somebody needs to know that family. Somebody needs to go knock on that door and say, what are you doing? What's going on with you? So that extra safety net of an advisory, and to have children actually known by an adult in the school other than a parent, is critical. And it's kind of an old-fashioned thing, but we're trying to bring it back into style. It's really critical. So advisory is one. The smallness of the school enables us to do that. I always use this expression that leadership is defining your reality and creating hope. Our reality is that most of our students are the first in their family to finish high school and to go to college. How do we create the hope for them that they can and will go to college? You create a culture of success. The one way we have tried to do that is by the presence of a college-bound initiative counselor. College-bound initiative is a program that we created. This is one part of public education that's actually fixable. We have put a full-time, specially trained college guidance counselor in our school. The person is our employee, doesn't belong to the school system. We made him our employee so that he can't get yanked off, or she can't get yanked off to do cafeteria duty or teach the gym class or do the bus tour or anything like that. Soup to nuts, full-time college guidance, just like in the private schools, with the added aspect of early awareness. The first time our students meet their college-bound counselor is when they're 11. They are taken to college campuses when they're 11, 12, 13. We come down to their level. They do scavenger hunts, they make care packages for kids who are taking finals, but they are introduced to the concept of it. And what this does is it creates a culture of success within your school. College readiness is incomplete without college access. And a child is much more likely to become college ready if they can really see that there is true access. Access in terms of somebody hand-holding them through this very pernicious college admissions process that we have today, and someone who knows their way around the financial aid process that will enable them to actually go. So we spend about $100,000 a year to place these specially trained people in all of our schools. In our East Harlem school last year, that person brought in $1.8 million in scholarship and financial aid. I think it's a big bang for the buck. And the average package per student was $28,500 for 4 years. So if the youngsters can see that their older sisters are going to college, and it's attainable, and it's real, and that's going to happen to them, they're much more likely to step up. Ours is not a gifted and talented program. We take what are called level 2s in our admissions process. Those are low C's, D's, but for some reason either the child is motivated or a caregiver or a parent is motivated. So creating that atmosphere of you're going to college, it's the culture of the school, and you can see that it's a reality, is probably the most important thing we do.
That's terrific. And that ties into the Manhattan Science High School, Manhattan Hunter Science High School, which was founded in 2003, where you have students who scored at or below grade level on their 8th grade math and reading, and yet the school's been a success with a graduation rate of 97%, and 100% of the graduating students progress into college. Do you find similarities with what?
It's very much what Ann said. It's a focus, and we decided at Hunter College, although we didn't have extra space for high school, and we already are responsible for probably the top high school in the country, if not the world, Hunter College High School, that we wanted to really create a K through 16 approach. That we said that college, as a college, we had to be responsible for improving high school so we could get students into college. Same approach. We took that gem, the under-average child who had motivation, aspiration, and we have proven very much the same thing. And the most interesting part of our program is that in 12th grade, of the 120 students, almost over 100 of them qualify to come to college, and they're on the college campus. They take their last 2 high school classes, but they each take 2 college classes each semester. So they are already Hunter College students. They walk around like big men on campus. They have their IDs, and just as Ann said, they know they can succeed in college. And we are sending them that message. So sometimes our hardest challenge is not to lose them to the Dukes and some of the places that come in and coach our students because we want them to stay at Hunter, but we are proving that you can focus these students, again, take average, below average students, and really focus on the strategy of what they're learning in high school to prepare them for college and to move them on. So it's been very similar success, and I think the leadership of these schools, the size, and as Ann said, the outside resources that we brought in have really helped. But every mother that sends her child to Manhattan, Hunter, college, Science High School knows that if the child is accepted into the normal admissions process of Hunter College, there's a full scholarship waiting. So the motivation with the family really, really helps.
It's terrific. Well, I know that the audience must have some questions by now. You have your index cards. Have we collected those cards, or would you like to just stand from your seats and ask the questions? All right. Okay, we're in the interest of time, would you just like to raise a hand and ask a question, please?
Sure. John McMenamin. I've read recently that there is, I think it was in the New York Times just in the last couple of weeks, not really a correlation, not that they're paid at the right level, between teacher pay and student performance, but there is a correlation between family involvement and student performance. I think Tony Danza, who's done some, brought some visibility recently, talks about teachers as one of the most leverageable positions in the United States in terms of dealing with so many children every year, and that multiplies out. What initiatives can be done? And if you go to the better, say, socioeconomic areas, sometimes the parents overrule the teacher, and at the lower, there's not enough involvement. So I guess my question is, what type of initiatives can be done to get that family involvement in connection with the teacher as a professional to help the students that aren't as involved?
Are you asking anybody?
I'm just asking anybody.
The panel?
They're all experts.
The parents are often a wild card in the populations that we serve. I mean, I think the audience might be very surprised about how many of our parents are actually hands-on and as much as they can be, and on-site and interested and motivated, pushing their girls to do better. But it varies widely from student to student and class to class. We try to engage the parents in ways that are common sense. That they first of all have to buy into the program when the child's admitted, and they have to come to several meetings themselves. And so to introduce that type of culture, parents' night, we often go and visit them in their homes. We have to spend a lot of time sometimes convincing parents that it's okay for their daughters to go away to college, and it's okay for their daughters to have a 4-year education, and because of cultural differences. But it's a real wild card, and I think it is largely dependent how successful a school is or not on the outreach to parents and what the school offers the parents.
So I guess my question is, in a broader educational sense, can that be accomplished, say, in the New York public school system or the St. Louis public school system?
Well, I am of the mind, I love the idea of scale, but I believe that true change happens one school at a time. And, we've tried each of our schools, and I know there are many other people out there working in schools who are working on the parent piece, if you will. I haven't seen a revolution yet, but it's one of those.
I think you're correct on the focus that the schools in a way do have to be in locos parentis, sort of old-fashioned concept. And that's when I go back to my point about evaluating the teacher. I think we do have to hold teachers to standards and look at the performance. But if a child's coming to school and can't see the board because their eyes haven't been tested, there's nothing a teacher can do. So the schools that are succeeding often do become a broader social network, as Ann said. The idea of health clinics in schools. I'm a very big proponent of after-school programs for all the public schools so that students are in the building from 3 to 6. Sometimes it's academic work, sometimes it's sports, sometimes it's the fact that they get dinner served to them. But I think in where we are, particularly in the socioeconomic backgrounds of so many of the students in the New York City public schools or St. Louis public schools, the schools have to do more than just that instruction if you're going to be able to have an impact on a child.
You know, when talking to Jeffrey Canada recently, and of course he was in the movie Waiting for Superman, he approached that problem of getting parents involved in a very specific way in Harlem. He tried several different things, the cookies, the coffee, the refreshments, giving a book away. Nothing worked. The parents did not show up. And finally, he hit upon it. There would be a drawing for 1 month free rent for your apartment if you showed up. Everybody came. Just a little footnote.
We're going to say thank you very much to our panelists. We're going to officially end now. Thank you all for being here.